Mentioned there, the Cascades did get their fair share of last night's storm. The windy conditions actually delaying operations at Mount Hood Meadows today, as Matt mentioned. And Meadows welcomed skiers and boarders a couple of hours late. The lingering storm was no match, though, for those eager to get back on the hill.
We've had a lot of wind, a ton of snow, almost a couple feet of snow here in the last few days. Yesterday it just kept refilling and refilling. And this morning we had teams working through the night, other teams that came in at 4 a.m. just to try to get the mountain open. We had lifts turning, but unfortunately the winds kind of limited us from being able to open the entire mountain.
It was a different story on the other side of the mountain. The windstorm completely closed timberline for the day. Just look at those conditions out there. Wow. Well, meantime, thousands of people across the Portland metro woke up with no power. John Adams has been following this story for us as the cleanup continues today. And John, how many PG&E customers were out of power earlier today?
Well, Stephanie, at one point this morning, there were 34,000 PG&E customers without power. That number is now down to about 4,100, but it was the day after Christmas that started in the dark for many. A strong storm system moving in from the Pacific Ocean brought over 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts to the coast and 50-mile-per-hour winds to the valley early Thursday morning, closing highways and causing thousands to wake up without power.
The wind and the rain came through, knocked down trees and tree branches, which take power lines with them sometimes, and that's where we saw the majority of the outages.
John Farmer with PG&E says the power has been restored to a majority of those customers. Crews were ready to go before the storm hit. Many got to work as the heavy rain was still falling in the area.
And, the crews have been out. There's been an all hands on deck. Crews have been out all night, all day, working to restore our customers as quickly and safely as they can.
North of the river in Clark County.
You could hear the wind just ripping through. It's a 50 mile an hour, probably more.
Sean Swift woke up in the middle of the night to calls from his neighbors. He had slept through the sounds of his bay tree splintering in the high winds, narrowly missing his home.
I'm gonna need a gutter. I'm gonna need an arborist. That's a little more chainsaw action than I'm planning on doing.
Swift says the tree survived last year's ice storm with ease, but was no match for this wind event that left him and his neighbors without power.
You could hear the transformers blowing up to the east and west of us, and the bright flashes in the sky.
Farmer says this is a good reminder for people to prepare for the next winter storm we may see, including putting together an outage kit.
We're talking about things like food and water, medicine that your family needs, batteries, flashlights, whatever the case may be. A lot of it needs to be tailored to your family.
And PG&E wants to remind folks that if you do see a downed power line in your neighborhood, stay at least 40 or 50 feet away from it. And if you think that power line is sparking or could cause a fire or any other dangerous situation, call 911. Stephanie.
Very important advice there, John. Thank you so much.